Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm getting into my second haul from the Sephora Spring 2023 VIB Insider Sale. I did my second haul, which I mentioned in my first haul video that I might do one. I did my second haul in store. Not something I've done in years, to be honest. I mostly shop online, one, because every store has a different selection of brands. A lot of the stores where I live, everything that I want is out of stock, especially when it comes to complexion. It's just a crapshoot, and you drive there, you show up, it says it's in stock, and then it's not, or it says it's not in stock, and it is in stock. So generally, I just do the online shopping. I don't know. Something came over me. I was like, you know, I'm going to be in the area. I want to stop by a Sephora. And then I stopped by another one after that. So this is 2 stores shopping. The first store I got mostly makeup. The second store I got some perfumes that were out of stock in the first one I went to. So lots to share. As I said, mostly makeup, a couple of perfume items. I got an eyeshadow palette that is not new. I'm not going to go into a detailed review in all of these products today. I'm just going to give you an overview of what I picked up, maybe do a couple swatches, and then I'm going to break all of these products down in their own individual videos by brand. Some of them I may not do, but for the most part, I plan to separate things out. It's easily digestible. You guys can catch a shorter video rather than trying to scroll through a long one. So let's get into what I picked up. I always like to avoid in-person shopping trips with Sephora because I tend to overspend. I don't see the total in front of me until I get to the checkout, and I just keep adding things to my basket, and I just get excited in the hoopla. You see things in person, they're better than you think they are. So that, I'm definitely a victim to that. So if you have those issues where you're like an overspender like me, you see it in person, you're like, I gotta have it. Avoid the stores as much as you can. Also, the stores I went to, we're very busy, and it almost adds to the anxiety. Like, I got to get this before someone else takes it. Because really, I feel like with the popular stuff, things just go quickly. The popular shades of the new things go quickly. It's insane. All right, so let's get into it. I am going to start with makeup. Really not anything new that I've picked up. These are not brand new. Some of them are more recent releases. But I wanted to dig into a couple of things and finally pick up some stuff from Tower 28. I've never purchased anything from them before. It's a clean beauty, I believe, / more affordable brand at Sephora. It's not drugstore by any means, but it's definitely more in the more reasonable mid-price range. So definitely wanted to try some stuff out. Let's start with Tower 28. I picked up the mascara that everyone loves. This is the Make Waves mascara in Jet. There's only one shade, it's black. Just so you guys know, I've been using these products. I've had them for a few weeks now, so I already have some opinions on them, but we're just gonna do an overview. I just wanna double check with this Tower 28 mascara that I thought it was a tubing mascara, and I realized that it doesn't behave that way at all. So I don't know why I thought it was a tubing mascara, because I don't see the tubes. And not that it's hard to remove, but it's just not doing what I normally see with a tubing mascara. So maybe I just made that up. This is a lengthening and volumizing mascara. I'll show you the wand real quick. I'm not gonna do a review, but this is what it's like. I'd say it's a wand on the more normal to smaller side compared to a lot of mascaras out there, and these are all plasticky bristles. They're not wiry or anything like that. So that's what that looks like. I picked up some cream products as well. So they have, I believe this is one of their newer products. This is a contour cream. I have the shade Sculptino. I believe that's the shade name, or it's either Sculptino is the product, Broad is the color. And this one, it's pretty light. I use it more like a bronzer, bronzing, sculpting cream product. It definitely warms up my face. It's not like this gray ashy contour color, in my opinion. They also have a shimmery bronzing cream that I was tempted to get, but the store I was at did not have the lightest shade. And I figured I'll just start with this one first. So this, I'll do a quick swatch. This is Broad. You guys can see that's pretty warm tone for my fair complexion. I also got a cream blush. This is the Beach Please cream blush in Magic Hour. This is not new. They have a couple of color choices. I went with this one. And this looks very bold. I definitely wouldn't apply that much to a cheek. So a little bit goes a long way with these. I also picked up a Juice Balm Tinted Lip Balm. And this is the shade Mix. This is like a twist up, twist down, very comfortable, balmy kind of color. And this is a neutrally brown. You can see it's sort of a see-through, tinted, somewhat shiny balm product. Picked up a lip gloss. This is one of the, I think their most popular shade in this, I'm assuming, at least right now. The Shine On Jelly, Lip Jelly in Pistachio. I'm not sure why this is called pistachio. Nothing about it screams green nuts to me, but that is what it's called. And that is that shade. Very pretty, very gorgeous. And that is what I picked up from the brand. So 5 products. So really went in hard. I skipped complexion because they have a tinted face product, but I believe it's a mineral sunscreen, and I generally don't do well with mineral sunscreens, even when they're tinted. My skin just, I didn't want to risk it. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling like trying another tinted product, to be honest. I have plenty of foundations to play with. Just wasn't feeling it. So those are the swatches of the Tower 28 things I picked up. Now, of course, the cream blush does not stop there. I picked up 2 more cream blushes from a different brand. These are the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. Not sure what these are called because the full name is not on the back. But these are the cream blushes, and I got Bellini, which is very, very peach, and Rosé in Brunch. I'll go ahead and swatch these for you. These are the same formula technology as this guy. I think this is the blurring balm powder. So I haven't quite figured out this product yet, but this is the same technology as this. So it's a cream to powdery kind of a thing. Now she has color, and Bellini is very bright. Rosé in Brunch is a little bit safer. I'll go ahead and swatch both. These are bold as heck. Again, you don't need a lot of product. Look at that. Those are really fun. I thought this is not a shade I normally go for, but I thought I'd do something different for spring. And yeah, these come with, it looks like a lot of product. 0.21 ounces, 6 grams in each one of these guys. So those are the swatches. A little quick swatch of the blurring product. And that is all I picked up from Danessa Myricks. Okay, so moving on to complexion. Might be surprised by this one. This is a Sephora spray foundation, aerosol foundation. And this is a Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. I have the shade Fair. I believe this is the lightest. And yes, it looks a little bit yellow on the cap here. Sephora collection during the sale was doing 30% off. So I was like, you know what? I might as well try it. This was about $20 full price. So I got a pretty good discount with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and show you on the back of my hand. You gotta shake it up. It's really cold on the back of your hand. If you've ever had a wart removed from your skin, that really cold scientific name, liquid nitrogen, that's what that feels like. It's very kind of painful, so you don't want to hold it down too long, to be honest, but this is the color. Now this looks, right, a little too neutral, but it works on the skin the way I apply it with a damp sponge. It works for me, this color. I wouldn't think so. I'll do a separate video on this guy showing what it's like, what I think, but here is what it's like sprayed on if you want me to rub it out. You can see it gets a little bit lighter. So that looks like a little bit of a better match. Not exactly perfect. Ideally, they would have more shades of this, but I honestly don't know how popular this foundation is. I used to love the Dior Air Flash, so I wanted to try this one out. I ended up throwing that one out because mine was very old. They don't make it anymore. So I was curious about this guy. It is definitely interesting if you've never tried a aerosol foundation. I don't recommend you spraying it directly on the face. Spraying it somewhere else, like on the hand or on a palette, and then applying it after it's already on something. I know that sounds counterintuitive, like what's the point of the airbrush if you're not using this to apply? I'll show you what I mean. Okay, ooh, I also picked up 2 Patrick Ta products. Again, not new at all. This is a plumping lip gloss in the shade Pouty. I didn't really want something plumping, but I like the milky color of this. This is the Major Volume Plumping Gloss in Pouty, and it's got some slight shimmer to it. It's, let's see, mostly what, clear? Very shiny. It does give the illusion of a fuller lip. If you have sensitive lips, you're gonna feel that little tingling, burning. It's not too bad for me, but sometimes my lips feel it more than other times. Like, it's just, sometimes I'm just really sensitive and it's like, oh, I don't want to wear that. But I'll show you later what that is like on the lips. So I got 2 glosses. I love me a lip gloss for sure. And then I got a bigger size of the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. This is just a clear brow gel. This one works so well. It's pretty much like a glue. The only thing is you don't want to over apply it. Otherwise, you're going to get some white flaky bits in your brows. I've been using this little one for a long time, so I wanted to get the big one. This I've been using quite a bit, so that's why I'm getting this one. And that is that. In terms of eyeshadow palettes, I mentioned I picked one up, and I've gotten one that I should have picked up a long time ago. Natasha Denona Glam palette. I finally picked it up. I don't know why I hold off for so long, but here it is. I've been using it. Now, what I thought about this palette before I picked it up, I just put it, I saw it in the store, put it in my basket, didn't really look at it up close in store. And I didn't really swatch it just because I knew it had such good reviews and it's a good basic neutral palette. And I really thought it was going to be mostly cool toned. To me, that's not really the case with this. I thought it, so these 2 columns here are very much cool toned, okay? This is a little bit warm. But otherwise, these are very cool. Then we go over here and we start getting into more warmer territory, especially up in here. And this is kind of a warmer pink. This is more cool. This is cool-ish. But this guy and this gold definitely are not on the cool side. So it's definitely not as cool and taupey as I'd like it to be. and not as icy of these light shimmery shades as I want them to be, but I've been getting a lot of use out of it. I'm not going to swatch all of these right now, but I wanted to point out the warm tones of this palette just because it surprised me quite a bit. And when this came out, I wasn't really paying attention. I probably should have been. This probably isn't described exclusively as a cool palette, but just that's what I thought when I looked at it. But you guys can see these warm shades. Now, that doesn't mean that it's bad that that's in here. I just stupidly thought this would be a little bit different. So I am just pointing out probably the obvious to all of you. There's a lot of gold in here. There's like one sort of pink shade that I like, but still, you know, not the icy cool version of a pink. So just wanted to point that out. I will do a whole video on this guy. I know you guys are like, I already have this palette, I already decluttered it, I'm over it years ago. Okay, well, I'm just getting into it. It's probably one of the more useful palettes I picked up from Natasha Denona in my collection that I could literally probably use every day. Some of my other palettes from her are more fun, but this is, even though not what I expected, very useful. Nice mirror, lots of colors, very cool. Okay, I was looking for a large size of the Sephora collection waterproof eye makeup remover, and the store I went to only had, they were all sold out of the big ones, so she brought me 2 minis. I don't know that that is the most cost effective. Generally it's not good to buy 2 minis, but these were 30% off during the sale, so I was like, okay, if that's all you have, fine, better than nothing. So I got 2. This isn't technically my favorites, but I was tempted by the sale. So I have purchased this before. I've used it before. It works. It's just not as great as my Clinique Take the Day Off that I like. I also don't use waterproof mascara, but that's just the name of it. It doesn't really matter. You can use this with whatever. I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what this guy can do. Now, I don't really need to open this because I'm not ready for it, but oh well. So I have some mascara on. Gotta shake this up because the oil separates from the rest of the product. You do need oil to really remove, to me, any type of mascara really well. I am notorious for really not removing all the mascara and eyeliner. It's a lot of work in my opinion, so I try to get most of it. I usually take a shower, get off more, and even when I get out, there's usually some still on my eyes. I try to get most of it off. So here is how much I put on. I'm just gonna remove I have mascara and a little bit of eyeliner. I don't have really much else on my face besides eyebrow product. I'm just going to show you what this is like because it's an easy demonstration. I just rest it on the eye and wipe. Now, if you really put a lot of pressure and tug, over time that can cause actually some wrinkles. So you don't want to do that really, but you can see how much is coming off here. I go back and forth, back and forth. There's also some on the under eye as well. And you could easily switch to another cloth, switch to the other side and do that. I'm just gonna use the same side because there's plenty of product on there. You just want the oil to sort of do its thing. You don't want to really use a lot of pressure on the eye to remove all that makeup. Now what I find is like, okay, that looks mostly removed, let's move on. Well, that's probably not the case. You probably want to use another pad to really make sure all of that oil is off and everything is off the lashes. So that's that. I'm gonna go get a Kleenex and show you what remains still on the face. So here we have a tissue. I'm just gonna do this. You guys can see how much is still on the lashes. Now, it depends how much mascara you put on, how clumpy. All of that is a factor. So what most people would probably do at this point, which I don't really do, is use this again. Use another cotton pad, go over it twice. Because what happens is you close your eyes, you sleep, you take a shower, and the mascara ends up getting into your eye. It ends up getting into the goopy stuff in your eye, and so the goopy stuff turns black because you still have makeup on. And really, that's not great for your eyes to have goop in there. Black mascara ending up essentially in your eye. Not great. I also tend to get little black stuff in the very corner right here because I haven't fully removed my makeup. So what I like about this is it does a very decent job, even though it's not completely clean like the first time. That's normal. What I like about it is it doesn't sting. It does not sting my eyes. There's some makeup removers from the drugstore, from Lancome, that kill my eyes, and this one is not one of them. So I do recommend, if you can get a large size, it's definitely more cost effective, but this is all they had at the time. Okay, so let's get into the perfume purchases, which will end out the video on. So I have heard of Kayali for years now. It's been, you know, a brand that to me I always thought of as a very vanilla based brand. I was aware of the popularity of the vanilla scents. People love this crap, okay? I've never tried a sample. I didn't know the hype. Me and vanilla, I have my Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. I'm good. I don't need any more vanilla. But then I was in store and I was walking by the new release from them, the Yum Pistachio Gelato. And I was planning to get the smallest size because I have a lot of perfumes. I don't need a full size of everything. I'm totally fine with the small size. So the stores around me did not have the small size, this size of the Yum, which I surprisingly liked. I wasn't sure that I would. It is very sweet, but also has a lot going on with it. I'll do a separate review and we'll talk about the notes. But the notes on the back here, I'll just quickly tell you, is pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. It smells like a very young fragrance, like someone in their teens, in their 20s, but I like it. And the bottle's fun, and I just liked what I smelled in the store. So I'm like dead set on getting it. Now I ended up getting this the next largest size, which is $100. I got 20% off. I'm like, you know what? This is a strong fragrance. Even though it's not the cheapest, it's also pretty well priced for how strong it seems to be. So I picked up this one, and I also got the Vanilla 28, which is their purple, very dark perfume. This guy's really strong, also really good, and just reminds me of more expensive brands than the cost of this. So I was impressed with Kayali, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get the Discovering Layering Set. This is really overpriced for what you get, but I wanted to try them all. These are samples of her fragrances. I don't know if this is all of them, but it looks like a lot of them. It doesn't have the new Yum in it, but this has Love Fest, Eden, Invite Only, Utopia Vanilla, Sweet Diamond, Deja Vu, Musk, and Vanilla. So I will do a video on all of these fragrances, let you know what they're like. I haven't actually tried all of these yet. I've tried a couple here and there. I'm very impressed with the brand. from other fragrances I've tried randomly, samples, this to me is, at least from what I can tell so far, seems to be a strong, projecting, long-lasting brand, and it has a Middle Eastern flair. If you're familiar with sort of the Middle Eastern sort of fragrance types, it seems to go that direction, especially with these dark vanilla. The notes in there, I'm like, ooh, this smells like something I've smelled before. So it's very good, I think, for being a perfume from Huda Beauty. Not that there's anything wrong with Huda Beauty, but I was just surprised that I would like this brand, to be honest. I had a lot of conceptions that, oh, this isn't going to be any good. I was like, oh, someone that just loves sweet gourmand fragrances, but it really, really knocked my socks off. I also say I was very influenced by one of my favorite perfume YouTubers, the Perfume Guy. If you've ever seen his videos, he did a video with the creator of Kayali. Her name escapes me right now, but she visited his studio. He did a video with her. He was going through all the fragrances, and I was like, you know what? I should really not have those conceptions about what this brand is. So that's where I'm like, you know what? Let me try smelling this before I, decide that I don't want it. So anyways, that is what I picked up in store. It's a lot. I mean, obviously picking up a fragrance like this really went through my budget, but so I'm going to be holding back some of my beauty purchases for a while, just because this is going to produce a lot of videos. I'll be able to do a lot of reviews, and some of these products I know are pretty popular, especially the Tower 28 Danessa Myrick stuff. I know you guys are probably curious about. But let me know what you picked up in your haul. Did you pick up any of these things? Is there anything you're dying to hear about? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.